Welcome to our fourth episode of WrenchWay Weekly. First and foremost, want to thank all of you out there that have given your feedback through WrenchWay Insiders, through LinkedIn. The amount of followers and the amount of people that have signed up for WrenchWay Insiders in the last couple of weeks has been crazy. It's been really, really fun to see. And the feedback that people are giving us when they know that they've got kind of that protection of not having somebody know what their answer is really good, because this is the kind of the candid feedback that we really wanted and we're starting to see. So thank you to all the WrenchWay Insiders out there. And if you do want to join and be a WrenchWay Insider, go to WrenchWay.com, check out the resources tab, and you can sign up to be a WrenchWay Insider right there. It's free, it's private, and you can win prizes. It's so far a pretty cool program. So thanks to everybody. In this fourth episode, obviously we're going to touch on more hot topics like we have in the past. And this week's was really kind of a vague question in terms of just getting an idea of if things stay the same way and really nothing changes about our industry, are we still going to be here in 5 years, right? So the actual question was, with the current state of the industry, do you plan on being a technician 5 years from now? And so it was kind of a really, really loaded question in that it's vague. It doesn't really give any description as to why you might or might not be in the industry in 5 years, but it really opened up some really good conversation. We saw that in the insiders' feedback that they gave us. What we found was that 63% of voters on the WrenchWay Insiders page it answered the question as yes, they would be here. So that's 2/3 of the overall answers being that people want to stay. And some of the comments and feedback from those people were really cool, because there were some that just said, hey, you know what? I love this industry. I love this business, and I'll do it as long as I physically can. Then the other side of that was 37% that said no, that they don't anticipate being in the industry should things stay the same. So there is some concern there too, right? While 2/3 of our respondents said yes, they will be here, to have 1/3 of our technicians say that they're skeptical whether they're going to be in the industry or not is extremely concerning. That's a huge chunk of what we need for people to stay in the industry, right? So what was interesting about the no responses, the people that answered no, was that there were two things that really stuck out, and a couple of them that I think we'll dive far further into, not only in this episode, but in other episodes as we go forward. Those things being pay, which obviously is a hot topic for everybody, but then physical health, right? And being able to do this for a long time. And so I think this is something that we really need to focus in on, right? In that if we're hearing directly from the source that those are the two issues that people are having, that, hey, I don't feel like I'm getting paid enough, and I worry that my health is going to hold up for the longevity that it takes to be a tech for forever. There's a big issue there, and especially as you're trying to pull people in. And some of the no comments that I got were around maybe even some younger techs seeing older techs out there and maybe struggling with their health, or struggling with a knee problem, a back problem, something like that. So I think we're really going to tie this into more content as we go forward. Is how do we help make the physical impact of technicians a little more bearable, just because that's kind of what the data told us, right? That's what you told us, and really what we can build off of. So we'll do that. For me, I think there was some level of, I felt good after reading the responses, right? Because the people that answered no, most of them had good, productive feedback on why they might not be. Some of them were maybe a little bit older and were looking to retire. So that kind of takes that piece out of it, and maybe is a chunk of that 37% of no vote. But the ones that that did take the time to answer an answer that they might not be in the industry, I thought was really noble. I thought it was they had good feedback as to why they're considering other options, and a lot of them are what we've talked about before. But like I said, the two primary that really stuck out were pay and really that physical toll that it takes. Now on the yeses, it really was it was really refreshing to see some of the answers there, right? Some of the answers maybe I didn't expect to see, which were people taking the time out of the day to say, yeah, you know what, I love this industry. I want to see it get better. And I really like the people I work for. And that's really what we want with WrenchWay Insiders, right? We want to take that 63% yes vote and make that 80%, 90% of people that want to stay in the industry for 5 years. So this could be a question that comes back up again. We really want to gauge, are the things that we doing help drive a better industry altogether, right? That's a big piece of it. And from my perspective, and what my experience in a shop really showed me, was that this is hard, right? This is being in a shop, getting beat up, especially in the northern states here, where in the middle of winter the snow's falling off of you from a car, whatever it is, and you get the salty snow that melts and goes in your eye. Not fun. I hate that. Our friends in the South right now probably battling those really, really hot conditions, and you got a hot car laying on top of you. There are challenges, and in this business, you not only have to be physically prepared, but you have to be mentally prepared too, right? Are you strong enough mentally to be able to go through and perform at your best at all times? And that's a really, really tough thing to do. For me, working behind a desk now, it really is that mental part as much as it is physical, right? There's not much physicality in sitting behind a computer, whereas that mental piece is really important. For a tech, both the mental and the physical side are really important. So again, that's something that we'll dive into more. Want to thank everybody for the responses. As I mentioned to open the show, there's just been so much good feedback and so much participation, and I think giving that safe spot has really helped. But what also helps is that we're giving away prizes, right? We're trying to incentivize you for helping us out and for helping drive the industry better. And so as part of this, we're doing our weekly giveaway. And for this week, our winner of I should mention the prize. The prize is a $50 Matco Tools gift card, which I think is pretty cool. We're kind of hitting all the different tool manufacturers first, and then I think from there we'll look for examples of what you'd like to see for prizes. Maybe we'll even ask a question about that. But this week's prize, $50 Matco Tools gift card, goes to Jason Rinke. So Jason, congratulations. We'll reach out to you, get in touch with you, and get you that $50 gift card. Thank you and everybody else, all of the other insiders, for their feedback. That's very helpful. If you want to sign up and have a chance at this prize for next week, we'll have a question going out immediately after this, and you are able to register. You're able to answer the questions, and it's really a quick question, right? All of these questions are geared to generate some level of response, but it shouldn't take you over 5 minutes. It's a really, really easy survey to take. So congrats again to Jason Rinke. Hopefully you enjoy that $50 Matco gift card. The topic for next week of what we're going to be covering next week is, again, this kind of plays off of what we had for this week's topic, but I think it helps us expand and talk about a focus area that we need to more. The question is, given the physical nature of your job, do you proactively take care of your body? And I think this is an interesting topic to talk about, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what your answers are, because I know traditionally growing up, growing up in a shop and just always being around them, I didn't see a ton of techs really doing much to take care of their bodies. And then I really didn't see employers really pushing that until recently, with maybe more of the insurance concerns. And I know with my experience running shops is that we had concerns with cut fingers, so we'd get everybody gloves, and then we'd have issues with back problems or knee problems, and so really I want to dive into this even further and have it be more than just a conversation on what insurance companies want you to have, but really how do we take care of each other? How do we take care of our bodies so that they maintain with the physical piece of our jobs? And hopefully that'll help us expand into, okay, we can help feel better, have more of a life after this. And I've equated this, a lot of people that watch my stuff will always see that I really compare technicians to athletes, right? And I think this is an interesting subject because I think there's some level of growth that we can have as technicians. And when I equate it to what an athlete does, if you go to any NFL game, a college football game, basketball, whatever it is, they have a pregame warm-up, right? They stretch, they shoot shots, they warm up their arms, whatever it is. They always have pregame exercises and pregame stretches. And so I had read an article not too long ago about a shop that had their technicians doing a stretch routine before work. And it was helping getting kind of everything moving. And I thought that was interesting. So be interested to see if how you guys answer this question. I do think the percentage of techs that are taking care of their bodies has gone up drastically over the years. But I'd also be interested in hearing, would you be open to a stretching program that your employer comes to you with? Would you be open to more proactive conversations about taking care of your health? I, for one, probably should be more open to it, and hopefully I am coming up. But as you get older, I think you start to really look at that and hopefully take care of yourself. Lastly, we want feedback on this. We talk about it every week, right? We need feedback. And the way that we're growing this right now is really exciting because you see the growth. You see how many people are getting on Insiders. And just to sign up for it, to be able to have your voice heard, and do it in a way that you can be candid and you really don't have to hold back. You can let us know, and hopefully we bring that information back in a way that we can educate people is hugely helpful. So you can do that. You can sign up to be a WrenchWay Insider by going to WrenchWay.com. And again, go to the resources tab and see the WrenchWay Insiders button. Or you can go to WrenchWay.com /WrenchWay-insiders, and that'll take you directly there. So again, thank you so much for all of your feedback. We actually have had some folks that have given us different executable steps, shops that have given us executable steps, in that they're taking these words that we're saying and they're putting them into action, which at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help make the industry better for all techs. So it's basically we're taking care of our own, right? We want to make sure that you're taken care of. So hope you have a great week. Hope you learned something here, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.